questions and comments. The honourable member for Beaches East York. Oh, pardon me. I designated an empty chair. The honourable member for Scarborough Southwest.
We are neighbours, and it would be an honour and a privilege to represent that riding as well. But I love Scarborough Southwest, and as an urban Toronto riding, of course, this issue is certainly important to us. And I know that getting rid of the data in the gun registry certainly isn't going to make Canadians safer, Mr. Speaker. My question is, and after hearing the impassioned speech, and certainly, an open and free debate is what we need in this country on these issues. Now, the member raised some serious issues. And if we were to take that at face value, that there are a large number of errors in the registry, as well as a alarming rate of stolen firearms re-registered that happened, it then asks the question, how and why did that happen? I mean, who was responsible for the gun registry? Yes, it was introduced by another government, but since 2006, this government has been in power, and what have they done to keep the data up to date? What have they done to prevent criminals from re-registering stolen firearms? Absolutely nothing. They love to uphold laws, except for the ones they disagree with. So why did the government not do anything to fix the problems?
The honourable member for the Yukon.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'd like to thank my honourable colleague for that question. But the answer in this one is very simple. The registry was so horribly flawed when it came into place, and the 2 million skyrocketed into 1 billion overnight. And our government did the sensible thing and refused to continue to throw good money after bad to do something that was not going to prevent crime. There's nothing in that registry that is ever going to stop an individual from making a choice to breaking into your home and taking your registered gun. That's a decision that people make. Criminals are criminals. The registry will not stop that from occurring. And we made the responsible choice of not throwing good money after bad and wasting Canadian taxpayers' dollars, and we're going to continue on that track.
Questions, questions and commentaires.
Questions and comments. The honourable member for Lac Saint Louis.
The honourable member mentioned voting party line rather than the wishes of their constituents. I've been here for a good 7 years, and I've never seen a party vote party line over the interests of their constituents more often than the party opposite, I must say. Secondly, in terms of Dr. Mauser, Dr. Mauser, didn't disclose the fact that he was a member of the Minister's Advisory Panel on Firearms when he appeared before the committee. As a matter of fact, many of the witnesses who appeared were part of the minister's inner circle. It was almost like having the staff of the minister appearing before the committee. But in any event, Dr. Mauser is an advocate of having all Canadians learn how to defend themselves with a weapon. So I don't know if he really represents the views of the mainstream in this country. My question for the member is the following. He says that the registry doesn't work because criminals will be criminals and they don't register their guns. However, the government is maintaining the handgun registry, so wouldn't the same logic mean that they should be getting rid of the handgun registry? Secondly, when he talks about some of the evidence that was presented to say that the peer review evidence, apparently, to say that the long gun registry doesn't save lives, that same evidence, those same studies showed that that gun licensing doesn't save lives. So why is the government, not getting rid of gun licensing as well if they want to be consistent with the so-called peer review evidence that we heard at committee?
The honourable member for the Yukon.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I know my honourable colleague knows that a lot of this across Canada is a emotional and heated debate. And when you talk about taking these giant leaps, that's not what we're hearing. We're doing what we heard Canadians say. Canadians said they wanted to scrap the registry. I haven't heard a mass number of people in my riding, nor across Canada, say scrap a registry for restricted and prohibited weapons. I haven't heard them say that a mass number of people talk about wanting to scrap the licensing system. So we haven't gone that far. We haven't made that commitment. But the honourable member will recall we did hear testimony in committee where people did exactly say that there wasn't a great deal of justification for even a restricted weapon registry. We're not prepared to go that far. We're willing to compromise. And when the opposition benches say we're not compromising, this legislation is an excellent example of doing that. Thank you.